So here we have a white mini fridge. It has seen a lot better days cosmetically, but it still works great. So I'm going to paint it. I was going to paint it black, but nobody wants to see black. Everybody wants to see stainless, so we're going to do it faux stainless. Now, this can be done, but to get a good result, you need to prep. You need to make sure everything is clean and ready for a good coat of paint. And this particular fridge does have some plastic. This is all plastic. This whole edge all the way across here is plastic. So the first thing I've done is actually sanded everything with about a 150 degree, all the metal and the plastic, and then I've used an actual plastic primer. So that'll help adhesion to the plastic surface. Plastic doesn't like to hold paint as well as metal. Now, even though I can get paint to stick to the plastic, I'm not going to be able to get paint to stick to a flexible rubber surface like this. So that all has to get masked off and not painted. You can see that I got the entire inside masked off, and I'll finish masking off the door, but you can see the paint right here, and this is what we're using. Just Rust-Oleum, and you could use the spray can stuff. I'm just going to use this. I like spraying it out of an air gun, you know, practice your auto body painting tips. And I did on this fridge, it did have a couple dings and dents, so I did, there is some Bondo work in some little spots. Pour in, I don't need very much paint, but we're going to pour in the paint I need. That's plenty. So I got some ventilation on. It's a really small project, so I'm not going to put a mask on. And this is pretty low order stuff, but we'll start. Light coat. We'll let that tack up and come right back. There we go. It's about 4 days later. I did get some runs on this side, so I actually waited 2 days and then I sanded off the little runs. Not necessarily runs. Anytime you're using a metallic paint, it has a lot heavier metallic pieces in it, and so where it was a little bit thick, normally you probably wouldn't even be able to see it. Say you were doing it a black or some other color, but where the paint was just a little bit thicker, the heavier deposits would build up and leave a noticeable line. So that's all sanded down, repainted. It's been drying for about 24 hours on the heat, so it is ready for a clear coat or to leave it, you know. And this stuff is, the can is called aluminum, but it's the exact same stuff as it, whether it says chrome, they're all the exact same color. They don't look anything like chrome or anything else. I do think that the cans of chrome look more like aluminum. So I would say this is a pretty good dead match for aluminum slash stainless steel. And I do have a sample of stainless steel. And as you can see, it's, I don't know. I mean, you can definitely see a reflection in it, but it'd be nice. I'll put a little gloss on it, because this these types of finishes, this phony chrome slash stainless steel aluminum, they have a tendency to really dull up and gray up over time. So we're going to put a clear coat on it now. Now I'm just using again a Rust-Oleum product, gloss clear coat to put over this. If they sold clear and Rust-Oleum in a spray bottle, spray in a can, so I could spray it out of the gun, I'd do that. Because the problem with spray paint is it's thin, so it runs easy, but you can't put it on thick enough to leave a glossy coat. So a lot of times you'll end up with dry spots that look hazy. So I'll use this. And another thing about Rust-Oleum paints, oil-based paints, you can't rush it. They have to dry between coats. So, you know, if you're going to do a coat, you can do it while it's still wet. You know, within a half hour, maybe an hour, you can do another coat of something, whether it's paint or clear coat. But if you wait 4 or 5 hours and you try to put a paint coat on it before, when it's in that middle curing stage, it'll just wrinkle everything underneath and just ruin it. But time for clear coat now. I'm going to try to do a nice heavy coat without running. So I've actually warmed up my surface. So it's about 70 to 80 degrees, and actually warmed up the can because it's a little cold out here. I'll get it all on, and then I'll put heat on it and try to flash dry it. there we go. It's all finished. Like I was afraid of, the clear coat actually, even though it's made for it, the base coat wasn't completely dry. Oil can take a month to fully cure, and it was evident. And some of these spots that you see striping is actually where the clear coat went on a little thicker and was able to actually dissolve the finish underneath and actually bubble it up just a little bit. That gives you a decent idea. It actually textured and bubbled up the finish below. I don't care. It is what it is. It's a little mini fridge. But would I do phony stainless again? No, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't clear coat it if I did. Those spray can clear coats, they just don't go on. You know, big flat surfaces, it's almost impossible to get spray paint to go on thick enough to coat, to give a sheen. You know, you get dry spots, you're trying to go different ways, you're only spitting out a beam this wide, you know, where with a spray gun, you know, I was spitting out a stream, you know, 6-7 inches wide, and you're able to do good overlapping passes and get great coverage. I think it looked better before I did the clear coat, but it is what it is. There is a solid sheen to it, but the spray can stuff sucks. You could probably get away with it if it was just trim or something on something and you didn't have other stainless steel to match, because you hold stainless steel directly to it. It looks nothing like it. Well, it's close, but it doesn't look like stainless steel. By itself, it does, and it will actually fool people, but sitting right next to stainless steel, no. So, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. If I did it again, I'd paint my fridge. I'd paint it black, because I've had great success with painting stuff just Rust-Oleum gloss black. That stuff works great, or any other color. The metallics are just, they're just a different game. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.